Friends of our channel and YouTubers, welcome. We ask, please try to watch the videos in sequence because the information sometimes is complementary. Answers of an alien from Andromeda, 9th encounter October 12, 2010. Continuation of video 10. Question: sure, you can control the atmosphere, but what about water? If you do not have enough water, it's hard to make viable the planet, right? Water is no problem. There is much water in the galaxy, in the form of ice. There are planets that are almost exclusively of ice. To transfer is simple. We installed 2 transport gateways tuned, one in a source of water or ice and the other on the planet in question. Special equipment is used to remove water or ice, and sent by the gateway continuously. Soon, great quantity of water will be transferred to the new planet. This water will be always doing his cycle on the new planet, because once there, never get out of there. This process was done on Earth as well, in the old days. Question: but Mithy, the theory of our scientists is that the water was brought by meteors, drop by drop. My friend, could you honestly imagine that? Ask your scientists why only the Earth has been graced with such terabbillion wet meteors, and the other planets in your solar system received only the dry ones. This theory has no scientific basis, is only a conjecture. They did not even know how they themselves appeared here. Question: well, if so, why only have brought water to Earth? They could have put water on Mars, Urano or Venus too, right? Why did not they? Your solar system is very new in terms of consolidation. The easiest to handle in terms of atmosphere were Mars and Earth, being in areas with more suitable natural temperature to humanoids. The other planets would require much more effort to equalize. When they decided to colonize your solar system, Mars was one of the options. They put some amount of water there as well as plants and animals later. After some years, found that the Earth took much advantage. Mars lacked the richness of mineral characteristics as those found on Earth crust after formation. Mars has water in lakes, but the greater reserve is groundwater, in the subsoil layers. Then, they was decided to start the colonization of your solar system by the planet Earth, when the first thin crust cooled appears. They put enough water on Earth, wondering what it would be more permeable when cooled, enough to absorb much of it, but the calculations of permeability did not hit much with the results, and the Earth got a large stock of water on its surface. They could have removed the excess water, but it was very good as well. The little blue planet began to live. Well, actually, I came today to give you more news on the move. 3 large spaceships are in Earth orbit, exactly now, including the Canis Major dwarf who was in Uranus these days, which is the size of the country Australia, to give you an idea, not the greatest, but also is not small, are with their energy fields activated and cannot be seen, but your scientists will notice small distortions in brightness, in some quarters of your night sky. It may be that you have problems with some of your satellites. They sent several smaller ships for the Antarctic base today. I'm not allowed to divulge any operation, as I would not have such information. Maybe they are only making observations. As soon as I can, if I can, I will give you more details. Question: Mithy, you have some news to tell us about the movement of aliens here? Yes, I had some information. 8 spaceships of our fleet are here with us. Our role is to continue to patrol and observation. Our orders are to stay on alert, on some issues yet classified. But I can tell you that none of your atomic missiles will be operational from next November. The movement is growing here. 4 large spacecrafts Pleiadians joined the 3 who arrived a few days ago, and are landed in Antarctica. There is a large movement of ships reptilians on the planet, especially in North America and China. A study was made of your Sun, on the expected increased activity and influence on the planets in your solar system. Your Sun will go into great activity from now to 2013, and this will really change a lot the climatic conditions. The region of the planet Earth, that has more inhabitants, its east, is with great activity spaceships patrolling the perimeter. We are monitoring the core of the planet and also the pressures of regional tectonic plates, to predict future events. There is a great rig, for some time buried in Siberia, in a specific failure, and another installed in the abyssal zone of the South Atlantic Ocean, near Antarctica, that could plunge the planet's center to make drastic corrections in the nucleus, if necessary. One of the spacecraft that monitored the activities of your Sun some time ago, was an independent Republic humanoid, that makes this kind of research for several galactic entities, including monitors our own solar system. We know them well. They are highly specialized in suns, and its cycles. In the main spacecraft, is an amazing crew of 80 million people. This entire race lives on the spaceship. It is like a planet, just totally artificial. They cannot get too close for smaller planets, which may cause disturbances in their orbits due to its huge mass. They are always in open space. If they have to get closer, do the least intrusive way possible. The Community Galactica is investing time and resources to make sure that this new colony on Earth will have the success we expect. Question: Mithy, these rigs you mentioned, how they will act in the nucleus of the Earth? Well, I'm no geophysicist, but they have the ability to regulate the temperature of the nucleus, to avoid a big expansion. I'm not sure how it works, but is a technique used for a long time to contain excessive influence of external radiation that can trigger increases in temperature and pressure. They are always used as a last resort to prevent major disasters. Should not be used, but it's good to know they are available. Question: Mithy, you know any specific details about the Anunnaki race? Carlos: Anunnaki was the name given by the Sumerians to a race that has been exploring their region in their time. They were descendants of a race living in the Pleiades nowadays, like so many other races of humanoids who live there. Beings are very high today, with an average of 3.5 meters, but, at that old times could come close to 3.9 meters. Some of them died here, in the old days, struggling with an ancient reptilian race, whose intention was to take the planet from the Earthlings. They defended you against these invaders. Hopefully, you will find traces of them at the time of the Sumerians, some of whom were buried here. Should be large skeletons. Were the same race that built the old spaceport of Stonehenge, you asked me. They are not coming over to your solar system, but they have big spaceships, maybe one day come back here just to ride. His interests are directed to new colonies, in Aldebaran, for more than 2,000 years. Like I said, they did not come from the planet you call Nibiru. This planet has no inhabitants. When they arrived here the first time, coincidentally Nibiru was near, and from that observation, the Sumerians have deduced that the planet was the home of strange gods. Nibiru does not and never will be again, in condition to be inhabited. Question. Mike asked, Sunday, October 10th, 2010 is said to be a very important date for us, here on Earth, due to incoming energies which are related to raising the frequency of both humankind and the planet Gaia to new levels. This is referred to as ascension and is in preparation for 2012, apparently. Are you involved with this process? Are you even aware of it? Is your frequency being raised too? Mike, as I talked about earlier, the Earth will move into a new stage, new era from December 2012. Until then, many things will happen, as the frequency of the planet is already changing and may already be being felt by many of you. We are aware of this, and we are here because we participate indirectly in this process. It is part of what we're doing in our regular missions here. On our planet, we go through the ages as you have, but at different times. We will not be upgraded at this time. Now is your time, and how you are a new colony, with excellent chances of ascension, are being observed and studied in this special period. After the dust settles, will become part of something much greater than your limited traditional boundaries, no longer international, but intergalactic. Question. Steve asked, Mithy, do you know why nuclear weapon systems have been disabled by objects above nuclear facilities? Steve, as I said earlier, all your military installations containing atomic weapons are under strict surveillance. In that moment of possible events, Pleiadians are neutralizing the navigation systems of all these guns until November. Not to prevent an attack on the spacecrafts, but to protect your people from your own governments. Question. Steve asked, Mithy, can you explain specifics about the chemical makeup of the environment on your planet, like oxygen levels, etc.? Steve, our planet has an atmosphere very similar to that which the Earth should have, 79% nitrogen, 20% oxygen, 0.8% argon, carbon dioxide 0.05%, 0.01 other gases, and water vapor. All the planets inhabited by humanoids, or reptilians, have breathable atmosphere for all races. What varies in some cases is the atmospheric pressure, which may influence a barometric adjustment, required for a visit. Nowadays, your atmosphere is extremely polluted and destabilized. This condition will change radically in coming years, for better, of course. Question. Steve asked, can aliens read human minds? Steve, telepathy is a technique that was developed, into many millions of years, by various races. It works very well with members of their own race, and inferior. Superior races communicate telepathically with other races only if they want to do it. Undeveloped races, like yours, will not get this feature soon. These and other features can only be developed in an ideal environment, with the proper frequency of vibration of the planet. We can communicate with you by telepathy, but you cannot answer, so it would be a one-way conversation. We can anticipate what you are thinking when you are speaking to us, even if not utter words, but we do not have access to your records or memories in the brain, because you do not have the ability to enable data stored for transmission to other brains, yet. Mithy always appeared with a kind of long rain cape, with cap hood covering his head, leaving only the face off. Today I saw him without a cap on his head, and Andromedans has no hair, but his head and face are well proportioned, as are bald earthlings. The eyes are slightly larger than ours, and more oblique. Wait for our next video. Thanks for watching. Join our channel. You are welcome there.